Namaste, my friends, and welcome back to the Trannabis Kitchen. This is the Trannabis Kitchen pre-show for Season 2, Episode 3, which is going to be with the cannabis detective herself, Kristen Yoder. I'm super excited for all of the myth-busting. Nothing about this episode could happen without our sponsor, Fruit Slabs. Shout out to Fruit Slabs. Thank you so much for hooking me up always with this incredible product. For those who do not know, this is a kosher certified vegan, organic, no sugar or additives fruit leather. It is all fruit, all cannabis, comes in different flavors. We have THC, and these are the CBD rapid release. We are working with the OG mango, and I am so excited to put these into our dish of the evening, which is going to be a barbecue style tofu made indoors without a barbecue. It is going to be a Fruit Slabs infused sweet and sour marinated baked tofu steak. So we are actually going to do something rather unusual during the pre-show, which is we actually have some prepping to do ahead of time. So we've got our blender here. I've got a sheet pan that's already ready and lined with aluminum foil. Since I'm going to start the recipe and then show the recipe during the show, I have two tofus. I'm using a super firm because we want this to have like a steak-like consistency. I've got some blood oranges. I've got lime and lemon, some Himalayan pink rock salt, some organic, raw, unfiltered honey, Worcestershire sauce. This is going to be predominantly our umami sour flavor. And then we have a pinch of ground allspice that's going in, as well as some brown pepper. And we are going to be doing a 2-to-1 ratio of CBD to THC. So each of these portions, which will be one steak, are going to be 10 milligrams of THC and 20 milligrams of CBD, making this a super enjoyable meal and great way to microdose for those who really need something a lot lighter. So what we are going to do is we are going to start by taking our blender and blending our marinade. That is what we are focused on right now. So we are going to leave this because we want this to marinate for about 30 minutes before it goes in the oven. So again, I'm going to show you all how to do this on the show, but for those who are watching, this is the way to prep all of this. So the first thing that we want to do is put in whatever's going to sort of be the last thing that's going to hit these blades. So I like to sort of reverse engineer. We are not putting Fruit Slabs into the blender. That is going onto the recipe at the last minute. So we are putting in some of our crushed black pepper. We are going to put in about a pinch of pink Himalayan rock salt. We are going to put in about a cup of honey, but I'm going to actually do this in increments. This is just going to help with the blending. Putting our dash of allspice. Putting about 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire. Here comes our orange. So our blood orange. We are going to peel. And we are actually going to be putting the fruit itself into the blender. It's beautiful. I don't use blood oranges quite a lot because sometimes they can be tough to obtain, but also because they make a huge mess on the cutting board. So we're just going to kind of cut this into chunks so that it's just a little bit easier for us to blend and fit other things in there. So toss We're going to put in about half a lime. We are not putting the actual fruit in, we're just putting in the juice. You're going to want to watch for seeds here, but this doesn't seem to have any. Beautiful, nice and juicy. We've got our lemon here. One of the ways that I love to get the juices out of a fruit, you'll notice that I've been taking the bottom of my palm and rolling it over the fruit. That's going to bring all the juices that are in from the walls of the fruit into the center and make it really, really easy to squeeze it out. Check it out. So especially with the lemon, we want to watch seeds are more likely to pop in. It's not the end of the world if there's a seed in here for this marinade based on how we are putting this together. Here's half a lemon. Now we're putting in the other half of cup of our honey. This is really going to be like a glaze. So we want to make sure that this is thick and that it's really clinging, and then we want these steaks to actually soak this up. This recipe is vegan. Excuse me, it's not vegan, I have honey. It's vegetarian, it's gluten-free, and it's dairy-free. So my hands are a little slippery here. I want to make sure that I tightly put this lid on, or we're going to have quite the mess. All right. So we're checking for both flavor and consistency at this point. Okay, flavor is excellent, but I'm really not loving, it's just a super, super liquidy consistency, so we're going to put in more of our honey. This is our thickening agent. This is the barbecue kind of. We're looking for like almost like we're cheating kind of with a marmalade here. We're going to want to keep tasting until we fully decide. Because we want to make sure that as we add the honey and get the consistency that we want, that we have the flavor. That's good. Okay, the herbs got stuck to the bottom, so we can take our little spatula friend here. Kind of move along the spices, because we definitely want those in here. Yeah, this is a little more liquidy than I would like. So we are going to continue. And this is part of the thing about intuitive cooking. You know, you can receive from your guides recipe in order to play it out. Adjust this. And go with your guides. Has from the Worcestershire a bit of a smoky flavor to it as well. We're going to get these eventually in the oven. Alright, that's a little bit of a better consistency. So you see how it's kind of running off. This is nappe. it's clinging to the spoon, which lets me know that this is going to cling to our tofu, and our tofu is a sponge. So that's exactly what it's going to act like. So the first thing that we are doing next is we are going to rinse this off. And then we are going to slice our tofu steaks. Now, you're going to want something to put them in that you are going to, whoops, sorry everyone on the other view here, just trying to get the faucet out of the way. There we go. So you're going to want some container where you can lay them flat. So I'm just using this sort of Pyrex type baking. And ultimately, I'm probably going to take these out and transfer them to the foil here because I don't really want them sort of like sizzling in this moisture for a long time. So what we are going to do is open up just very carefully one edge here, pour out the liquids, and now we're going to open this up. And again, for those who are just popping in, we're working with a super firm tofu. And if you came in after I started, do not worry, I'm going to be showing you how to do this all over again. We're just having this pre-prepped. I'm going to show you back on the show. So here is our super firm tofu. So you're going to want to use the firmest basically that you can get. So that way when I'm pushing down on this, it's really got more of a consistency of a steak. We're going to put it up so that's in this view, or you can do it in this view. And we are going to slice this into 3. We want it to be about a good solid inch thick. So I'm going to come in here and just boom, slice right down, just like this. That is a tofu steak. I know that it doesn't look like an actual steak, and you're wondering where that comes from. It comes from the fact that the consistency and the thickness and the way that it's prepared is similar too. So we are going to lay these flat into our pan here. And now we are going to pour our marinade right on top. And we want to make sure that this is completely hitting underneath all of them. We want these to be covered. These are sponges, so don't be shy. Pour all this in here because the more that is covering all of this, the better off you are. And we are going to have this sitting for 30 minutes. And so this is going to be something that as it is sitting for 30 minutes, that we are going to flip it about halfway through so that we continue to get it soaked. And these sponges are going to start to soak up this liquid. So theoretically, when I come back here in 30 minutes, this even after the flip, this should have a little bit less seeming liquid, and we should seem like the steaks have kind of absorbed and kind of ballooned up a little bit. So we are going to leave that exactly as is. And I've got a little bit of cleaning up to do so that we are prepared for the show itself, which is going to be at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Wherever you are, please join to tune in. Kristen Yoder will be coming in, and it is going to be an incredible, incredible time. We are going to talk about all the things. Just because we didn't do it initially because I was kind of on autopilot because we usually do this during the actual full show. I don't usually do any cooking during this portion. Let us simply connect with our plant spirit and send gratitude and love to all of our foods and ingredients as we are going to be consuming them. You can call it a prayer, you can call it connection, whatever it is that resonates with you. And I'm just going to take a moment to do this as well. Thank you so much, Plant Spirit, for healing and bringing joy and love to my body, mind, and soul, to all of the subtle bodies Thank you so much for all this food in abundance, and wishing so much health, joy, and abundance infinitely for all others in this new year. Thank you so much. Namaste. All right, my friends, we are set up. We are settled here, and I will see you all at 7 p.m. Pacific time for the Trannabis Kitchen with Kristen Yoder. I love you all so much, and I will see you very soon. Don't go anywhere. Namaste.